Okay, so I'm back home now, and so I want to. So what happened was I got home, and so I now went. Like I said, that I believe the the ignition coil, the spare ones I have, that I left them in the Z9. But still, on my, something was telling. I knew I removed it, but then I was surprised it wasn't in the vehicle. Because I know when I was packing last night, I removed it. But I was thinking maybe I forgot actually. So I went to the Z9 V6, I checked it where I usually keep it. I was not there. So I went back into my house, and here and behold, it was on my desk. Funny enough, it was on my desk. So I think what happened was last night was I removed it from the Z9, and for some reasons I think I went back into the house to pick something, so I left it there on my desk inside my house. So I was thinking that it was in the vehicle and it would have solved out the problem. I want to believe so. I mean, look at them. Um, Look at them here. I see. I wrap them up. There are actually three of them. Okay, let me drop it on the ground so I can see it better. So I've had these things for years, but I've never had a cause to use any of them. Because like I said, my D9, my Z9, none of them have failed ever. So that's why, to be honest, sometimes when I'm traveling, I even forget to go with them. You can see these are the white tops. See, so the three of them are the white tops. So, but I actually wanted to go with it that yesterday because, like I said, I knew one of the coils on this coupe, D2 V6 coupe, has that is it Siemens? I think that's the brand. So let me show you. So it had that Siemens type. So I decided not to go with it in case it disappoints on the road, and eventually it did. As if I'm seeing the vision. So this is the engine. So this is it. So you can see these are the cylinder 1, 2, 3. So you can see this one, it has a black top. The other one, this two has white. So when I scanned the vehicle, there, this is the one it showed. I even pulled out the fuel injectors, these three, serviced them. Same issue. It didn't, because it didn't specifically say ignition coil fault. It just said cylinder 1 misfire. Usually it will tell you ignition coil. So I decided let me deal with the other ones. By the time I deal with this plug, it was okay. Service the 3 injectors, okay. So I knew it has to be the coil, even though it didn't say coil. I now started looking for the coil, only not to find it. Okay, so since I'm at home, let me just swap in the other coil and see if the misfire issue goes away. Alright. So I've swapped in you can see I've swapped in the one of those spare ones. This is the black top one. Let me see if I can see the brand, whether it's actually Sagem. Holy crap! It's not even Sagem. Oh, I was busy condemning the brand. Say Kogifa. What the hell? Well, I'm not saying it's a bad brand, but I was thinking it's Sagem. I think they all behave the same way anyway. So don't bother to buy this. Say Kogifa, don't buy. I don't even trust this brand. I'm not saying it's a bad brand, but just go for Delphi, So anyway, let's hope this one works. It has never failed me at all. See this white top, especially Delphi, has never, ever, ever. I'm not saying it can't fail, I'm saying it has never failed me. So let's pack everything back. So is this Siemens? Not Sagem. Siemens, please don't be offended for calling you you out. But even though I was calling you guys out, yeah, you guys, it's actually does disappoint. Those coils. Those who drive ES9A, ES9J4S with those coils will understand what I mean. Okay, so well, whether it worked or not, I'm going to throw this away. I don't trust it anyway. So let's find out if it works, and or if the problem goes, if the problem has gone away. By the way, I went inside my place, and when I was coming out, when I got the car, I pulled my Guinness stuff on the fridge. Please, to celebrate if this thing works, which I expect it to work. So let's see. So if I can see the kilometer now is 313 dot kilometer, 313.3 kilometers. So 313 kilometer was what I did, going and coming back. You can see the fuel really went down, about 313 kilometers, and it consumed this much. Of course, basically over 200 kilometers I was running with only 5 cylinders instead of 6. So yeah, expect the consumption to be high. But let's see whether this thing works anyway. Alright, here we go. You gotta be kidding. I don't see how, man. You gotta be kidding me. Anyway, but it just is very annoying that, I mean, this thing burnt up and wasted my fuel. I mean, this is a call I wanted to put in the car, but I forgot. God damn it. So yeah, the misfire is gone. You can hear? Man. Everything is gone now. So it was the ignition coil that was causing it. So I'm going to throw the goddamn thing away. So avoid the Kogi valve. Well, maybe it was there when I bought the car. So probably I served its purpose. I don't know how long it was there, But I'm not gonna try it again. And hopefully I won't have to replace anyone again, because what you have here is now the DFE one. So that is it. Let me close the bonnet. Is that it? Maybe I'll come back and so I'm going to throw this thing away. I mean, this is the first time I diagnosed an ES engine with ignition coil fault without telling me it was ignition. Because if I said it was ignition that first time, ignition coil, that first time, I wouldn't have bothered servicing the injector. Anyway, it's still a plus. Servicing it it's never a bad thing. It's still an improvement on the way the engine works. So, but at least I wouldn't have bothered all that. I would have known, okay, ignition coil, if I don't have it, I just don't bother wasting time doing that. Let's assume if there was no flood and there was no blockage on the road and I continued the journey, I would have noticed it when I arrived Lokoja. Yeah, because usually I'll stop at Lokoja. So by that time I noticed the misfire, and then do the diagnosis from there. I will go and buy it. I know the sell parts in Lokoja city. So from there I will replace the ignition coil, buy it, and continue my journey. So anyways, so that is it. Oh, by the way, let me see. I don't not the type that like drinking in the car, but I want to celebrate this, man. Hope it doesn't leak out the phone. Alright, so let me use the cup holder for the first time today. Never used this thing ever since I owned this car. But I don't want this thing to spill out anyhow, so let me just use it. Okay, wow. I was expecting this, but it's really surprising that truly was that goddamn cold. Okay, so let's conclude. Okay, so how can I say? Maybe I may have to put on the AC. Let me show you. Okay. How was the trip generally? Okay, I would say it was cut halfway. I had to come back, like I pointed out, and then when I started the journey, I said it was the first trip I was doing with this car. So let me summarize it. Yeah, now for the interior, the leg room, I have enough space and no issue on that. The coupe has the front is usually the longest than the rear, so I was able to adjust the seat properly and get so no pain on the clutch pedal. Not at all, even though like I pointed out, the clutch pedal is very heavy, but I didn't feel any pain at all in the journey. So the position of the seat is very, very good for me. I was able to adjust it well. And now on the right leg, which is the one I use for the accelerator pedal, yeah, at a point I started feeling uneasy on that. I felt uncomfortable, like about an hour into the journey. So it does happen actually. Almost all my trips, I usually do feel it. So in this case, I wasn't like the exception. So I want to believe, like just like the other one, that because my left leg is always moving up and down while I was clutching in the journey, I will come to that. I mean, it was very, very interesting and engaging. To honestly, to travel with a manual is very, very engaging. Especially because of the nature of our highways, and not necessarily especially our highways. So smooth to some extent. That's, you may drive for like 30 minutes or so, very smooth. Then after that, you start driving through rough ones, pothole there, pothole there, pothole there. Sometimes the whole place pothole for the next few kilometers, so you have to reduce your speed. Or sometimes not necessary, because it's usually like what we call over here one lane, what we also call locally face me and face you highway. So for you to overtake, even though it was actually 2 lanes, but then sometimes they will, trucks, trucks will, sometimes they will line up and stay in one lane, and you have to overtake. You downshift, boom, you upshift, boom. So it was really engaging, man. I really loved it. I enjoyed it as much as it was shorter than I expected. I wanted it. But towards me, I really enjoyed it. So anyway, back to the leg thing. Yeah, so this one was moving, the left leg was moving since I was applying the clutch every now and then. While this one was basically just it was just staying one place mostly. So after a while, I was feeling the pain somehow. So what I now did was, my wallet was actually on that side, at the back pocket on my left leg. So I had to remove the wallet, and it kind of helped it a little bit. So the pain went away. So I want to sort of, so. People who complain about manual being too stressful, you don't know what they're talking about, especially on a long journey. Wow, the one you will feel pain is definitely is not the manual one. The leg you use for the clutch is going to be this one. Because even when I was driving automatic, yeah, once I'm in a journey, I will feel that same pain because it's just stay in one place, it doesn't move. So why would you start feeling comfortable on that leg, pain or something like that? Some prefers cruise control. I hate it. I don't like it. So that is my observation for the pedals and the legs. So now for the seat, like I said, I adjusted it good enough for me. But then this is a bucket seat. See, it's a sports seat. It's not normal conventional seat. This is a sports seat. So it's not meant for comfort per se. Yeah, so it's not. It's meant for hardcore drive. So it's not soft. They are not soft. These two front, even the rear one, they are not soft. So what tends to happen after a long drive, you start feeling a little bit uneasy, especially at the waist. Not necessarily at the waist. The back here. Because it's not soft. This feels a little bit hard. But being manual, because as I'm doing this, the bones are also moving, so it helps to, even when you start feeling uneasy, by the time I declutch, remove my leg on the pedal, so it kind of ease it off. Before, if I now drive for maybe another 30 minutes without declushing or exercising the legs, then yeah, it comes back. So that's the downside, I would say, for the Coupe when you travel with it, because of the nature of the seat. Yeah, you feel that pain. The seat is very hard. It has a purpose for it. It's for sports. So sports seats are meant to grab and hold you and stay very firm. It's not for you to feel so comfortable and slip off on the wheel or the way. That is it for that. What else? The wheel, oh man. For the suspension, the handling of the car, you cannot be kidding me. I loved it. I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I've been taking this car for fun drive in a while, and but when I'm doing long distance drive, it's a relaxed drive. The fun drive is like I want to catch fun, so I'm not relaxed. So because every second matters when you're on a fun drive. You're pushing the car as hard as hard as you can. So but on the long journey, the problem might be disappointed. I don't actually speed like that. People, you see, you basically, if you have a 100 HP engine, probably can even overtake me. At that time, I'm not looking at who is the fastest on the road. I don't care. All I want is, the last drive, get to where I'm going. So I don't necessarily, I don't know, it depends on some places I might decide to speed, or if time start to, I feel that, okay, no, I need to catch up, then I might actually speed for a while. It depends on the nature of the road, the mood I was at that, but generally, I just set out on just a normal speed, I don't want to mention it, but like I said, I don't go out on a long drive to start speeding unless it's basically for a fun drive, like one of the ones I did and ended up in Kaduna. It wasn't my intention, so yeah, in that case I was really speeding. So in that case, man, the handling is superb, as I was expecting it. The road, those who drive Kaduna, Abuja, Lokoja Abuja Road, expressway, highway, you can tell there's places that are like this. I mean, this car was handling it perfectly. Yeah, it was too scary, even though, sometimes some will be so bad, because, the car has low gear car, so I had to be finding a way so that it doesn't hit the bottom part of the vehicle. Trying to climb those things, it's horrible actually. But the car still was able to handle all those things and didn't feel so bad, like my other cars, that when I'm doing it, you feel as if the car could veer off the road, especially when you enter it on high speed. But if you see it, if you sometimes you might not see it on time, because they all look alike until you get very close. What I mean, when you see it from afar, it looks as if it's still smooth, or you get very close. So, man, this car it is. I mean, when it comes to long journey, that is it. For the engine and the transmission, if I forget about the engine, I know I've done so many. Basically, the same with my D9. So, for the transmission, it's perfect. I mean, you just have to touch it a little, and it's going. A little is going. The engine doesn't overwhelm, it doesn't shout, or that's why I say when you are doing long journey, you are not after speeding like hell. You see, manual helps it. When you had the automatic, that normal drive was just dull. All the 407 V6 are doing the normal drive on the automatic is dull. The only place you now actually feel very engaging is maybe like the spouse or in fact, it's the manual mode that even make more sense. Like I said, one of my posts, I think one of yesterday, the manual mode make more sense. it's on a long drive or something, especially on the highway. The normal drive, so it sucks to me. But see my point. You see the engine struggling to pull because the RPM always stays too low. The engine is struggling. Funny thing is, even though the RPM is staying too low, it still doesn't make it consume less than using the manual mode. You see where I'm coming from? So the manual mode allows the torque and the HP to come up at their own time. You know, since you are the one controlling it, but this one, the ECU will just be. So this manual transmission, it just you are the one doing it. 5 and 6. You see this 5 and speed. It's very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. The difference between the two are just very, very little. You know, so you can buy shift. Sometimes you have shift. It's a great experience. I truly enjoyed it. I don't know. Then the entertainment, I was basically on the YouTube music. Honestly, I was just playing. I didn't even bother to play the audio I saved. You know. So I was just playing the YouTube. It was just all from there for the whole hours I spent on the road and the whole kilometer I spent. You know, it was just fantastic. The internet was enough to keep playing it without even pausing or trying to cache. You know, so it was quite interesting. In fact, I just wish I can put this in all my cars so that whenever I'm traveling, I'll just enter one of the albums and leave it to play. Though you can always skip, you know, so that if it's playing one you don't like, you forward it, fast forward, or change to the next track from here, the normal remote, without even touching anything. I mean, it's fantastic, fantastic. You know, so it does. I don't know. I know I probably will be going for this journey again. I don't know when, but I was thinking on my way back, maybe I could use another of my car for it. But then when I remember, because of this really allowed me to enjoy, because the other cars will have to be CD. You know, this phone thing, I don't like it. People do it, I don't, because it can be quite distracting. For you to change track, it means you have to look at your phone, because it's not every track that you like to see. I'm a music person when I'm behind the wheels, so I don't want when a track is playing and I don't like to. It's not the one I want to listen to. I will have to now start looking at the phone to change the track. I don't fancy it at all. You know, otherwise that could have been a best. I could use my phone, do Bluetooth, but so for the entertainment, I was really entertained, yeah, while I was driving. I enjoyed it. So so I don't want to put it on because I'll get strike. So generally, yeah, was quite interesting. I enjoyed it. So my advice is just see, if you are looking for a car for a long journeys, I will advise you get a car that has more than average power. Trust me, you will enjoy it when you're on a long journey. You don't, on a long journey, you don't need your engine to be shouting. You know, you don't need to. Yeah, because this bigger, I won't say big engine now, because there are some turbocharged engines that can actually give same power with those big engines. So what I mean is the power. You see, effortlessly the car will be moving. You see that you are not even pressing. It's not about saving fuel. It's just that you see your car, you're not stressing your engine yet. It's gaining a lot of speed. Whether if you can still reduce your speed, you can increase it. Does. Engine is not so loud. Everything is there. You see the car is not so struggling. Your gearbox is not too struggling. Everything. Oh, it's so relaxing. But I remember whenever I travel with those, drive these other cars with the lower engine. It's so noisy and all that. You feel sometimes I just pity those drivetrain, the engine, the gearbox. I just get something that has a lot of power. Whether you choose to use it is up to you, but trust me, it serves you better, especially on a longer distance. Longer distance means you want these things. You could see what happened. The ignition coil was the whole, how many thousands of kilometers I was using it inside the city, how many, up to 2 years now. It didn't fail. Only for me to take it to a journey after about 100 kilometers or something, packed up. That's what I'm saying. You won't really know until you take your car for a long distance. That's when you now know how good some of these components, how good the engine, how good the gearbox is. They will show it themselves off if they actually will. So all these things, the engine can be able to absorb some of these harsh use, stress, and all that. The smaller ones can just get something big for that. For the city runs, the city drive, you can for these smaller cars for that. Long distance, get something big. You will understand the difference. It's not everything is about fuel. So stop looking at life. So I don't know. I can't. I'm not going to teach you how to live your life. One other thing I want to talk about. Please, there are people you see on the road. They will just get a small. As you are driving on highway, Nigerian highways, you get a point. You see potholes, maybe for like. Some, I don't know, I would say 1 kilometer full of, so you reduce your speed, like, okay, let me drive. You see people, it's like, don't they see that, those potholes that are like 10 or 20 of them on that road that you have to pass. They will even increase their speed. I mean, come on, don't be this kind of stupid. Let me put it in a better way for you to understand. On these highways, not on inside the city road, on highways, what you'll be seeing bowls from cars lying on the road. Some by the roadside, some actually in the middle of the road. Bowls. Those bolts, screws, all those things, they're actually pulling out from the vehicles as they are driving. You think the ones that are driving slowly on the potholes will pull out? No. The ones that are doing that, all those ones that are jumping those things on high speed, as you are doing them, they will be slacking gradually, loosening gradually until they pull out. Now, guess what? What if maybe it's 3 bolts that is holding maybe the wheel bearing or the hub, and then one has loosened. Maybe only one is holding it, is remaining, or 2 is remaining, and the second one too pulled out. What will happen is the other one will break. That's one of the things that cause accident on the road. People just die unnecessarily, killing themselves. Reduce your speed for fuck's sake. I don't even understand all the yet you come up and start comparing Nigerian roads are bad. Yet you are you stupid? You see a bad road, you want to say go and damage your car so that you have justification to blame the government for not fixing the road, when you can actually save your car by reducing your speed so it doesn't damage the vehicle. I don't know what is wrong with human beings. And most times you see some of these people that do that are the ones that actually their cars don't even have enough power, because they couldn't even compete with all these other cars like ours, and some that even have up to V8 over 300 horsepower. So when they now come to because those of us that actually value our cars, that owns cars that cost high to maintain, when we see such things, we know what it takes for our pocket to be able to fix some of these things when they spoil. So we reduce our speed to prevent those things from failing. Now these other guys, they feel like, okay, let me use this opportunity to show you that my car has power. They will just fly out so that they use the opportunity to overtake you. Are you that moron, dumb, that not knowing that immediately will drive claw out of those bombs, those potholes? It will only take us few seconds to come and meet you wherever you are ahead of us and go. You even see our tail lights after 2 seconds once we pass you. So I observed it today as well. It's not like this is my first time I'm traveling. So it's just that I was like, let me talk about it here. Maybe I've never done it, And you can also see expensive cars that are quite expensive with bigger engines too. People also doing the same thing. So it's not like it's only for people with 50 HP engine, 80 HP engine. No, there are cars with big. You're like, who are actually driving this car? Are they actually the owner of this car or the drivers? Because if you're actually the owner of this car, you are doing this. So in your mind, you believe this thing is not affecting your car. You know, so I just wanted to point it out. I'm not telling you how to use your car, but I'm telling you one thing. If you go out there driving the way you do on highway, jumping every gallop on high speed because nothing will happen. As those buses are pulling out, if eventually your wheel pulls out and your car somersault and enter into the ditch or forest and you squeeze you to this thing, I'm not gonna stop to do good Samaritan. I will even look. I will continue my journey. If you want to kill yourself, go and fuck yourself or mess yourself or maybe sand will bury you there and to eat your flesh. Other good Samaritan may stop and pick your flesh or whatever that is remaining of you and go and dump. It's not my business. So I will continue. If you want to kill yourself, go and kill yourself. I respect, I value my life. So when I get to a point, I know this thing could damage this car or put this car in a harm's way that could also affect me. If I do it, I respect myself, reduce the speed because I value my vehicle, I value myself as well. But you don't care. You want to, I don't know, show off to who? With your keke napep, showing off. Even if you have the most expensive vehicle, who are you showing off to? You already have that thing, so you don't need to impress me. Power pass power. If your car is V8 or have 400 HP, why do you have to show me he has it? I know he has it. I will be stupid to start to compete with you. So you don't need to. If I were you, I would say they go self. If I, for example, if an 80 HP car start to tell me that I sabi pass through, I may look at it and say, come on, it would be foolish of me to try to show you I pass you. How will they go? Because all I need to do is to downshift and embarrass you. But it's not worth it. It's like bringing myself down to your stupid level. So there are other people that do that too. You know, so please, I just want to advise people, take care of, I don't know. Okay, so that is it. My advice, 407 Coupe is a very nice car for good journeys, for long journeys, city drive. Personally, I prefer manual, but if you are getting automatic, once in a while, please use the manual mode. You enjoy it more. If you don't, there's nothing wrong. Maybe not everybody will like this, but what I'm saying is, I find it very, very engaging. You know, especially on a long distance. Move, don't put yourself in a situation where you are just docile. Things can happen. I don't know. The difference between me and most men is I enjoy driving. Some people see driving just a schedule. No, I enjoy driving. So meaning it has to, whatever I have to be, when I'm behind the wheel, I have to engage, to make it very engaging so that I will enjoy it. So it's not about getting to that destination. No, I want to enjoy it before I get into there. In fact, to be honest, the reason why I like driving to anywhere I'm going to this part of this country is because I enjoy driving. Otherwise, I could just enter flight. But I like driving. So for that, whatever car I'm driving has to be interesting. And even if it doesn't have the transmission or what, I have to use that transmission to the point that I will enjoy it. So there's nothing wrong in enjoying being behind the wheel. But people don't. They just, as long as, make it engaging. Once in a while, use the manual mode. It's there. Almost every newer Peugeot car now have it. Use it. You see there's a difference. You see your engine responds better. Your gearbox even works better. I'm not saying use it all the time. But sometimes on the highway, you get a point, use it. You see the acceleration will be much more responsive than those unpredictable drive mode that sometimes you push your foot to the accelerator pedal to the floor for it to downshift. It won't respond. You know, and especially when you want to do quick overtaking to maneuver so that a truck coming will not hit you, it will not respond. Manual mode, immediately it will respond. You do it, enter immediately. It's an art. Driving is an art for those who enjoy driving. It's not just a skill. It's an art you could master, man. It's as if you are living your own world, different from other people. So yeah, 407 is a good car. Coupe, the best. V6, the best. Other ones also good, serve their own purpose. Though in highway, just anyone can do the journey, do that, but you enjoy those ones with bigger engine more, on a longer distance. The difference is clear. Yes, it will consume more fuel, but come on, are you a miser that every time is all about not spending? Look at me, one day, you see all these people who are going burial for you. What makes you think they are more special than you? What makes you think they didn't have plans that a day before they died, things they want to do? What makes you think you are going to wake up the next morning? So stop making life as if it's written somewhere that you are going to live the next 100 years. After watching this video, it might be your last time to watch my video, or it might be the last time you ever hear from me. Nobody knows. So stop making as if life is so predictable that you are so sure that you are going to live the next 100 years to reap all your savings, all your investment. Enjoy life, Jerry. So this misery, I don't want to spend. I don't want to. Tomorrow put you on the ground. So what happens? Once you die, your own don't go. Every other thing, all your wealth, your children will squander. Some will depending. The ones if you are lucky, they may even protect you, carry on where you stop. Some will end everything you've done in your life. So stop making life like it's all about how much you can save or how much you can invest. As if you are sure you'll be alive to even eat that money. Anyway, so that's the end of this video. Alright.